In this episode, we are headed to Bonaire, where we stay at the gorgeous Delfins Resort, decorated and built by tall people. We get out and explore the island and see amazing beaches, lots of interesting wildlife.
Don't kick the car, don't kick the car.
Hang on, we gotta go, guys. Gotta go.
Gotta go.
Follow us. Follow us on YouTube.
Baby flamingo, you're lost, baby. Oh, can y'all see that in my camera? Watch out, car! Watch out! Watch out!
Have a world-class meal, and of course, the main reason we came, we get to enjoy beautiful, relaxing shore diving.
Oh shit. You okay?
Bonaire is in sight, and we're making our final approach. Before we get to immigration, here's some quick info. The official currency of Bonaire is the US dollar, so if you're coming from the States, no worries about changing money. The official language is Dutch, but almost everybody speaks English, and Spanish is pretty commonly spoken too. In 2022, Bonaire instituted a visitor entry tax of $75 per person per visit. You can pay this online and definitely do this before your trip, because if you don't, you'll have to get in the slow line and pay the tax before entering. So do it before you go and you won't have to stress about it. After clearing immigration, which wasn't bad at all, we collected our bags in the madness that was the crowded baggage claim area. Then we walked across the parking lot to the rental car agency. There are quite a few independent rental car companies on the island, and you can also rent cars through a lot of the resorts. Rentals are super cheap in Bonaire. We rented a truck for $30 per day, and we rented a pickup truck so that we could throw tanks in the back and use it as our land dive boat.
We're in Bonaire, people. Just left the grocery store, and now we're navigating the roundabouts here. Good job, babe.
Hope so.
We finally made it. We're here in Bonaire at Delfins, our resort. We just checked in. We're drinking our sparkling wine and getting ready to get back to our room.
Stopped at the grocery store on the way?
Yep, we stopped at the grocery store, abandoned wheels, picked up some food, and after we finish this, we'll head to the room.
Just a bit to head out for our first dive, but man, I had to get a shot of this water. It is gorgeous out here. Check this out. This is the view from our room at Delfins. This restaurant is new. They just added this within the last couple of years, I think, because we were here 2 years ago. This is where we stayed as well. Beautiful. Just went to dive shop, got our gear, got tanks. We're going to go do our check-in dive, and then we're headed off to dive for real.
Yesterday, though, and we've been to Bonaire before, we've done these same sites before. We've done Salt Pier before. Salt Pier was our second dive. Our first dive was our checkout dive at Delfins, which is where we're staying and where we rented our tanks and everything. And everyone had been saying how the current was different, right? It's kind of like what it is on the East Coast normally.
Yeah, there's surge coming onshore pretty good, so there's waves, so there's not really much current going north or south, which it usually does, but it's just coming, the surge is kind of coming straight onshore.
Yeah, so we get to Salt Pier. We're looking, trying to find a good entry point. I think I found one. Sandy area. It's away from where everyone else is. You know, everyone's going a little further down. I'm like, I don't know why they're not coming in this way. We get in, boom, Mark face plants pretty much. I'm like, are you okay?
I can't even show you all the cuts on my body.
Oh, yeah.
Cuts on my legs, on my feet, on my hands.
So he gets back up. I'm like, okay, let me attempt getting in. I'm like, okay, I'm doing okay. Boom, I eat it. And then I'm like, just my body's rolling around like I'm on roller skates there. I mean, my legs are cut up, my elbows are cut up. So yeah, we decide, nope, this entry point is not gonna do it. We get out, we start walking to where everyone else is.
Dripping in blood.
You know, along the way.
And there's like 2 girls sitting in the back of the pickup truck just laughing at us the whole time we're trying to get in. Walk by and go, man, it's rough out there. And they're like, yeah, it is.
So Mark sees a group of divers and he's like, any tips on, you know, entry? What did he say? I didn't hear.
He's like, just right here by the sign.
Yeah, right. So, and it really was much easier to get in there. So yeah, that was our experience. We saw a cool, you know, turtle tearing up some soft coral, some tube sponges.
God, he was eating that tube sponge like an Odin monkey.
Yeah.
In addition to the really cool experience with the turtle eating that sponge, we had great dives once we got the entry figured out.
Then we had a great dive at the lake yesterday.
Yeah, we decided, okay, so second dive, or the afternoon dive, we're going to find a place where it doesn't look too bad getting in. We checked out a couple, actually, and then decided on the lake. We took the lake all the way to Hilma Hooker, which is cool seeing, I forgot how huge that ship is.
Yes.
We've seen lots of wrecks, but that one is massive, actually. I could see the shadow from it. Just, you know, we're hanging at about 40 feet.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't go to it because it was the last dive of the day. We didn't want to go super deep, and we're actually fighting sunset too.
Right.
After driving around to a bunch of different dive sites trying to find.
Yeah. Anyway, so almost to East Coast divers, and we'll talk about that when we get there. Look how beautiful the water is. This is actually kind of calm here on the east side. It's usually not this calm. Usually you see a bunch of windsurfers, kiteboarders.
Some of you may know this area. This is Sorbonne. This is typically where we see a lot of windsurfers on the island. Again, conditions are very calm today, so I don't know that they'll be out. But this area here that we're on the water, this is called Lac Bay. Our plan today for our first dive, we're going to do Fungi Reef. It's about a 5-minute boat ride, and it's just on the other side of that barrier reef. If the current cooperates, my plan is to drift north, and hopefully we'll have some cross action with those animals that are sleeping here in the bay, waking up, and headed out onto the reef for the day. Okay.
We just finished with East Coast Divers, and it was amazing. What do we see?
Seeing turtles.
We went to Turtle City.
Huge tarpon.
Yeah, we went to Turtle City. Well, so Sid, the captain of the boat, was wearing a t-shirt that said Turtle City. And I didn't realize that was one of the dive sites. I thought they just kind of called that area Turtle City. So our first dive, we saw, I don't know, like 30, 40 turtles maybe just swimming by.
Maybe not 30 or 40, like 20-ish. We saw a lot.
So we got out and I'm like, wow, this really is Turtle City. They're like, that wasn't even Turtle City. That's how crazy it was. And then what did we do on the second dive?
Second dive, we did a dive site called White Hole, which apparently they think was a cave that collapsed on itself. It did have some pretty cool like coral formations on the collapsed part of that wall.
What did they see there yesterday?
They saw a manta ray!
Did we see a manta ray?
No, we didn't see a manta ray. But we did see some huge tarpon, green moray eels, huge lionfish, 2 huge lionfish underneath that ledge. Saw a little baby peacock flounder. What else?
I think that was it in the White Hole. Then we swam across, what did she call it? Sea Fan Alley or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
It was just all sea fans as far as the eye could see. It was very cool. A little bit of surge going back and forth, so we just kind of made our way
relaxing.
through it. Yeah.
Relaxing.
Very shallow, too. I think it was maybe 20 feet deep.
No, I was at 10.
Well, I mean the bottom. But,
yeah. And then when we passed the sea fan city, we ended up, and you knew you were in Turtle City when you got there. There were a ton of turtles. Everywhere.
Yeah, and they were just on the ground, too, on the
just laying there, swimming up to get air.
Yeah, and you sort of come up on them, and you're like, oh, there's a turtle. And you turn around, there's another turtle. I swear, as soon as I stopped videoing one, I would look, and there's another one.
Yeah.
And there's another one. Yeah. And so even, like, as we were leaving Turtle City, I turned around, there's a turtle swimming behind us, and then right as we are...
on our safety stop.
Yeah, we didn't really do a safety stop, because we were pretty shallow the whole time, but as we were surfacing, I looked down, and there's a turtle right underneath us, too. It was crazy.
Like, bye, turtle! But it was a great dive.
Short trip out, like 5-minute boat ride in a soft-sided boat.
Yep.
Back entry.
Yep. Back entry, and the waves weren't bad.
No, definitely not. They were saying there's like 6 to 7 foot swells out on that side normally. Yeah. And it was calm. It was glassy over there. So it was an awesome time to go East Coast.
No kite surfers there today.
Not much wind.
Not much wind. So we did get a couple of tips on some eastern dive sites that we might want to try out. So we'll get back to you and talk about those.
Yep. Check them out. Bonaire, East Coast Diving.
Yep.
That afternoon, we loaded up the truck and headed toward the southern East Coast dive sites. The road was closed ahead, though, somebody said because of a bridge being out, so we stopped at Willemstoren Lighthouse.
Okay, we're here at the lighthouse. This is where the entry exit is. That's where we're going. We're down at the very southern tip of the island. And with the weather conditions the way they are right now, it seems like a pretty good time to dive it. Because, I mean, the waves are not nearly as bad as we've seen them down here. I mean, we've only been here once before, but they were just crashing on shore. So this looks pretty decent.
All right, so here's how the dive at the lighthouse went. And to preface this, when we pulled up, we saw 2 people walking from way down to the east back to their vehicle. So I knew that the current was pushing them from east to west, right? So we got in. Entry actually wasn't too bad. The waves weren't too bad. We, got in, got geared up, and swam due south for a while. We were kind of crab walking, right? We were kind of like swimming into the current, but moving due south, right? Because the current was coming from the east. And I didn't think it was too bad getting out there. And we got out to the wall, and it was beautiful. I'm like, oh God, I can't wait till this drops off. There's nobody out here. Yeah, a ton of like sea whips and sea fans.
Huge sea fans.
But we got onto the wall, and maybe 40, 50 feet deep, and it was just like we weren't doing 100% of what we could fin, but we were like an easy 75% and just not moving. So we had to just kill it, right? And so we swam back up and got back out, and now we're in the pool having a drink. So that's how the lighthouse dive went. I would love to do that if the current wasn't ripping and the waves were good going in. Yeah, the pool was good. And really, the entry and exit today was really good.
Yeah. Which normally we saw the East Coast 2 years ago, and those waves were crashing.
Yeah.
I didn't think anyone ever dove at the East Coast based on what we saw then.
Yeah, we had a nice time out, and it was cool, and we wish we could have done more, but in the interest of safety, we just called it a dive.
Yeah.
Now it's cool.
Okay. Having a drink. We did the lake today. We did the lake to Hilma Hooker. This time we knew where entry was, easy entry.
It was beautiful. Such a relaxing dive. We saw so much cool stuff. Very little current, very little surf getting in. We swam all the way to Hilma Hooker and around it and back.
I don't think we've ever done that before, where we've gone all the way around it.
Yeah, and it's just...
It was a long dive today.
Yeah.
A deep dive.
Yeah, it was.
I haven't looked at my computer to see how deep we actually got.
I hit 70-something feet.
Okay, so I probably did too.
Yeah. And I think that dive was like 70 minutes. That was a very long dive.
Right.
We weren't at that depth the whole time, obviously.
Right.
Yeah. But it was just a beautiful dive. So then the second dive, we went to Red Beryl.
Yep.
Which is cool because the beach is kind of pink.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Right. It's our first time ever diving Red Beryl, too.
So we're out here on Red Beryl, which may be named that because of the pink sand beach. Pink Beach is just a little ways to the north of here. So this is our next dive site. Gonna get in right about there. Get the buoy over here. Probably a lot of wind noise. Hi, babe. Yeah. Really red right in through here.
Red Beryl is a few dive spots past Salt Pier, like 5 or 6 dive spots past Salt Pier.
Yeah, it's a little ways down.
So closer to the south point.
Yep. Easy entry. Swam out not very far to the wall, which is nice, like 6 or 7 minutes out to the wall. We turned and we went south, no current whatsoever. It was just so much marine life.
It was like an aquarium.
Yeah.
I was almost dizzy just trying to look at all the different tiny little fish, schools of fish. So much marine life, like different marine life. Not just that there was a lot. There was a lot of different marine life.
Yeah. A lot of sea rods and sea whips and sea plumes. And so, even though the coral was like the rest of Bonaire, not in great shape, it still was beautiful.
Not as bad as the other sites, though.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, not as bad as the other sites.
What did we see?
Oh my gosh. What did we not see?
A bunch of porcupine fish.
Yep. Large porcupine. I actually have footage of what I think was a pregnant porcupine fish because I noticed it had a belly on it. Usually they're like kind of flat on the bottom, and this one had a little belly. That's how close I was to it. And she didn't like that. She kind of came after me.
She did.
I dodged it. It was good. But we saw, a ton of porcupine fish, a spotted moray eel.
Yep. Out and swimming around a little bit.
Yeah. What else? Towards the end of the dive, turtles! I saw 2 turtles.
Right as we found our mark to turn and go back to the dive site, we saw a little turtle playing on the ground. We stayed
tiny.
with him a little bit,
Yeah.
And then we swam up over the ridge, over the top of the wall, and we saw another one just sitting there. I was asking Maria if she'd done her safety stop, and she's like, "Turtle, leave me alone."
I have no time to answer you right now. I'm going after the turtle.
Right, and it was beautiful up there. That the sun hitting the water in that huge sandy area was just gorgeous.
Yeah.
I got video of that. It was just gorgeous.
Yeah. And we saw some really interesting filefish. They're filefish, right? The blue one.
Yes.
Filefish. And
Yeah, I think a scrolled filefish.
Uh-huh.
That pair of them. Yep. And we saw some cowfish too.
Oh my god,
little boxfish with the horns. And it changed. We saw them change color. I don't think I got
that's
that on
really
video,
cool.
but
And they were big. We saw some really big.
Yeah.
Boxfish, cowfish. Were they cowfish or boxfish? I couldn't really
they were
see.
Cowfish because they had
both
the horns. Yeah,
okay.
I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah.
So it was amazing. We had a great day diving today.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No. We decided since those were 2 very long dives, we didn't get back till like maybe 2-ish, 3. That's it for us today.
Yep, we're gonna head to Kralendijk, do some adventuring there, maybe buy some dive shoes.
Yeah. Get something to eat maybe.
Sounds good.
All
Let's
right.
go.
Around Bonaire, and especially in Kralendijk, you can see a lot of great street art, so it's a cool place to wander around. The architecture in Kralendijk is really interesting too. But other than that, there's not a lot to do in town. There are a few restaurants and souvenir shops, and the souvenir shops mostly close at 5 p.m. So we did a little bit of shopping and then had dinner at Carol's Beach Bar. They've got a lot of tables on the pier out over the water. They've got good food and great views, but they do get busy, so you might want to make reservations. The next day, we decided to head toward the northern dive sites. The north of the island is interesting because it's hilly and has winding roads, so it's a lot different than the flat southern end of the island. We hadn't gone to any of the northern sites yet because Bonaire is dealing with stony coral tissue loss disease. So what they've set up is what they call a stoplight system, where dive sites are rated from green to orange to red. The red dive sites are the ones most affected by SCTLD, so if you dive one of those, they don't want you to go to an orange or green site unless you thoroughly wash and disinfect your gear. So it makes dive site planning a bit more challenging. Most of the northern sites are red, so that's a part of the reason we've been staying in the south. And honestly, we just like the southern sites better. They're typically less crowded, parking is easier, and Delfins is on the south side of the island, so they're closer to us. That said, we did have some fun adventures in the north.
Donkey. Okay, baby.
Hi, buddy. Hi, I don't have anything for you. I'm sorry. You're so cute. Just park here. Park here. I need to park here. Buddy, oh my god, you're so cute.
I love Bonaire because you get to see wildlife, like just donkeys in the road, just hanging out. There's a couple. Look at that. Look at all the donkeys. Cannot touch that donkey. Oh, I don't have any food. I don't have any. Here he comes. Here he comes. I guess people feed him. Hi, buddy. Oh my god. Mark. I don't have any food. You're so cool. Please, I don't have anything. Bye, buddy. I'm so sorry. I wish I brought those chips. Damn it. Run, little goat. Meh. Oh, it's a family. It's a family of them. I wish I had food for you.
Amazingly, you don't smell. He's like, what?
All right, go. Let's go.
Bye, buddy. Bye, buddy.
Hope you find your dad.
Bye. Oh. He's gonna follow us. Oh my god, is he gonna run after us? No.
There's a
Bye. Look at the baby donkeys. Oh my god.
In addition to the exploring, we had a lot of great diving over the next couple days, and I had a pretty cool milestone.
Here at Andrea II, getting ready to do my 200th dive.
And then, I don't know if it was adventure or competitiveness, but we went back to Willemstoren Lighthouse.
Looking a little more sporty out here today. We just finished doing the lighthouse. How was it? It was so calm. We're doing a little bit of surf. Yeah, we're doing some surf getting back in, but it was so calm. There's like no current down below. It was beautiful. Visibility was good. Let's see if we can make it out here without getting banged up. I like it. How was it?
It was rough getting in, but it was good.
Yeah, the surf does look pretty bad. And the surf was kind of bad. Getting in wasn't too bad. Getting out was a little rough. But man, there was no current down there. It was perfect. Where are we? We're here at the Ice House. Yes.
That afternoon, we celebrated our success at the lighthouse with lionfish burgers at the Cactus Blue food truck. Cactus Blue is located on the main highway near the Corporal Mice dive site. They're open from 11 to 3 Monday through Friday, and if they have enough supply, you can get a delicious lionfish burger. Tam was cooking, and Harry was hosting the day that we were there. Harry did a great job of introducing us to Cactus Blue, but we had to disagree a little bit when he started telling us about how rare lionfish are on the reefs. I think he was trying to tell us that to justify the price of the lionfish burgers, but we had seen plenty of lionfish that week. Either way, we were there for the lionfish burgers, and they were delicious. If you haven't been, you've got to have the lionfish burger at Cactus Blue. Our amazing day wasn't finished yet because that night we did a fantastic night dive at Salt Pier. One of the great things about staying at Delfins is that they have some really good restaurant choices right there on the property. One night we had drinks and tapas at the new barbecue restaurant on the beach and enjoyed an amazing sunset. Then Friday night we had an unbelievable dinner at the Brass Boer. The Brass Boer is an absolutely amazing dining experience. The waitstaff is incredibly attentive and knowledgeable, and the food is gorgeous and delicious. As you might expect, it's expensive, but it's a great splurge. We celebrated Maria's birthday at the Brass Boer this time, and also 2 years ago when we were there. And we had an amazing experience both times. Since we were flying home on Sunday, we didn't dive Saturday, but that gave us an opportunity to get out and explore all over the island.
Guys, I'm so excited. I have my carrots. I'm about to feed the donkeys. We're at the Donkey Sanctuary on Bonaire.
Get your tickets at the gift shop. You'll get a short introduction to the Donkey Sanctuary and its history. Then you get back in your car and drive through.
So this one Marina built this in 1993, and it started with one, and now we have 805 donkeys here with us.
Wow.
In the wild, there's more than 1,100 still walking around on the island.
What are we about to do, babe?
I forget what. We're gonna go feed the donkeys.
Yes, look, I have my bag of carrots. Can you see that? They're right ready for me. Oh my God, look how many there are. Oh my God. Look at all the donkeys. Hi, buddies. Do they have carrots behind us? Are they waiting on us?
They're just waiting on us. We're absolutely mobbed. We are absolutely mobbed by donkeys. Look at this. And the poor people behind us. Look at that.
So we were smart and brought carrots. Now,
Well, I don't know if I qualify that as smart.
why? Now look.
Nobody warned us that they'd be attacking the car.
There you go, buddy.
Quit dragging, hey, quit dragging your teeth across my window. There you go. Take it and go. There you go.
It's like, no, I can't go.
Don't kick the car. Don't kick the car.
Uh-oh.
I know, right? There's a donkey fight breaking out here.
They're like, they have delicious carrots. They don't have them baby ones. I told you. I should have bought the baby ones. These big ones, you're like, how many carrots are we going to need? I'm like, a lot. Everyone always says, bring lots of carrots. Look at this mayhem.
Hey. Stop biting my car.
Oh my God, look at this mayhem, you guys. Look, it's pure mayhem. Mayhem. And this guy, what shall we name him?
I don't know. Jackass? He's all over the place, man. Oh my God, we're going to be lucky to escape with our lives.
Oh no! Word's gotten out. These people have carrots. I do want to get in the observation tower.
Good luck with that.
There's so many. They're like, oh God. They've all joined forces. They're not going to let us through. Oh my God. Look at all of them. Oh, we're surrounded. We're surrounded.
I'm not going to lie. I was a little bit scared. Oh, nice.
Ooh, look at the flamingos. Oh, wow. Who I haven't fed? Who have I fed? He's like, Mister.
This one has gotten at least 2.
Please.
So how much was it to get in?
$9.
$9. Totally worth
Yeah,
$18
totally
of
worth,
entertainment.
yes. Totally worth $9 to get in. $9 per person.
And bring a lot of carrots.
Bring a lot. I tried to tell Mark this before we left. He said, why do you need so many carrots? I'm like, because they have a lot of donkeys. Well, that was fun. All done with the carrots. We're actually going to stop and get more carrots because I want to feed the donkeys that are out, like on the roads and stuff, outside of the sanctuary. All these guys are taken care of. It's kind of fun. Give them little treats. Say bye to your little friend. They know we're on our way out. Bye, you guys. What'd you think, babe?
That was nuts. We were absolutely mobbed by donkeys. That was so much fun, though. Tell me where we are.
Okay, so we are, well, Oil Slick Leap is right here. There's the Sinapa place. We're in these caves right here.
Right, and we actually found the entrance, and it says yes, guided cave tours, no, I guess unsupervised cave exploring. So doesn't look like we can go in there without potentially getting in trouble. So we're gonna keep looking. Where are we gonna head next?
I say to the east side to these caves over here. Which
Okay.
We're on an adventure.
We decided to hike up this because driving up it looked pretty sketchy.
End of the line for me.
Probably not gonna brave the puddle, and who knows how much farther it goes in. Although it does look like there's a cave up there.
I know it does.
I mean, if you had a car that you didn't give a shit about, you could totally drive through here, right? But the rental car, we get all scratched up, scraped up going through, so it's probably not a good idea.
Okay, so we found a paved walkway up into, I don't know, maybe Indian inscriptions. Maybe that's what's over here.
Apparently, Bonaire has a huge system of caves and sinkholes that you can explore. Some are dry caves and some you can even snorkel through. Though the more we researched, it seems like you have to go with a tour guide, and we didn't reserve a tour. We just kind of ventured out to see if we could find one on our own, but no luck. The next time we go, we'll probably arrange a cave tour because it sounds like a lot of fun. We never did find our caves, but we got in some fun exploring and hiking.
Okay, so where are we?
We're right in through this road here. And to our left is this big lake. And it has flamingos in it.
So here we go, coming down the hill, looking at the huge lake with all the flamingos in it. Wow.
Look at all the flamingos. Oh my gosh.
Can you hear them?
Y'all hear all those flamingos out there?
It's like a wall of cacti as we drive down this road.
Which way do we drive, and why should we go that way instead of the other way?
Oh, we drove so on the outskirts instead of cutting through into Rincon, which is just, a road into Rincon. This is like the scenic route. The lake, that's I guess part of Washington Slide-By National Park, is right here, and it's a huge lake filled with pink flamingos, tons of flamingos, and it just kind of curves up out of the park area into Rincon, basically, and it ended up here at this restaurant.
Yep. It's a pretty slow drive, but it's definitely worth it. And there's also a bird and hiking trail somewhere up in here. I don't know exactly where.
Hi, babe, where are we?
Posada para Mira. Mira. There.
After a day of exploring, we stopped for some food and a drink at Posada para Mira. They have good food and friendly service, but they are slow. This is the second time we've been there, and it was the same both times. I mean, we're used to island time, but they take that to a new level. So be prepared and enjoy the company and the view while you're waiting. And a playground for the kids.
This is what I'm talking about. We're sitting here at the restaurant, and here's a little wife. Oh, there's little piggies down there. There's a lot of little piggies.
Here we are at the Cadushy Distillery. See, there's some parking across the street. Cadushy's been around since 2009 and makes liqueurs out of cactus. The distillery is located in Rincon and is free to visit. It's definitely worth a stop. They'll give you samples of all their liqueurs and a couple of different types of rum too. And they've just recently started making a beer out of cactus. Give that a try. You can also get a tour and a little bit of history about the distillery, or you can just have a drink and enjoy the garden area. I should have videoed her pouring all of those.
Can we do it again on video?
They were very generous with the pouring. It was fantastic. Yeah, Cadushy's a fun time. After Cadushy and armed with baby carrots, Maria finally found some more wild donkeys.
These donkeys like to be hand-fed.
I got a whole nother bag. Nope. They're right here. Look, there's one there. There's one for you. It's right there. No.
Okay, so things we want to do next time that we did not get to do today.
Oh my
or this
gosh,
week.
so much. I want to do Washington Flyby Park.
Dive it and explore.
Because it was actually closed until further notice.
Because of a SCTLD. And possibly because of, and it was actually, the park was closed, like we couldn't even drive through because of all the rain.
All the rain, yeah. Caves.
Yep, find some caves. Either a guided tour or
probably, yeah, we'll probably have to do a guided tour for the caves.
We want to dive some of the East Coast sites, like on the south East Coast. Maybe go with the East Coast divers again, but also try to shore dive the East Coast. Although that's always tough because the wind's usually coming out of the east, which means the surf is pounding, which means it's tough. But that would be fun to do. Explore the East Coast a little bit more.
Maybe try out climb Bonaire.
Yep.
Take a water taxi. Well, it'd be a boat dive with.
Yeah, it'd be a boat dive.
I'm sure I'll find some other stuff to do. I always do.
Yeah, you do. Good stuff.
Yeah.
But we've had a fantastic trip.
Yep.
And we're sad to be going home.
I know.
We'll have another trip soon.
Yep. Maybe in 2 weeks.
Sunday morning, we woke up super early and headed to the airport. Bonaire is such a special trip, and we had an amazing time. We will absolutely be back.